a Facebook jail. Hello.
I might say it's good to see that you got out of jail too.
Hello, as you can see, I'm out of Facebook jail, but more importantly, I'm here today in Monton at the Monton Lighthouse with the owner, Philip Austin,
Aye.
good friend of mine, a gentleman.
Indeed.
And what we intend to do today is dispel some myths, rumours, innuendo, smears
Oof.
about the lighthouse, why it's here, its purpose. I've heard some real chestnuts, corkers, and I've got a few questions here that I'm just going to ask Phil before we get into the thrust of the story about the lighthouse itself, and hopefully we can have a look inside it.
You're welcome.
Right, question number one,
Oh.
starter for 10.
Right.
Google's described the structure as a cultural landmark at number 1 Padding Lane, and I wouldn't argue with the first bit.
Yes, cultural landmark. I like the sound. I'm not sure what it means, but I like
Yeah.
the sound of it. But it's not number 1 Parring Lane.
No.
Number 1 Parring Lane is the pub across the canal there.
Rumour number 2, you tried to prevent the building of the medical centre.
Yes, that was painful because actually when they were planning the medical centre, the original plan got turned down because they hadn't got a car park. So I offered them a third of my land, so that where the doctor's car park is now, that was my land. So I gave them that, and they gave me their driveway.
Ah.
So we all benefited from it.
Allegedly, you're a multi-millionaire with properties in Manchester, Glasgow, Liverpool and Winton.
I can understand why people would think that, but sadly it's not true at all.
Tell them women not to hang up you just yet, there's a bit more filming. It's also been said you own the block of flats next door.
Well, yes, I heard that with my own ears, sitting in the pub car park, and they didn't realise they were talking about a medical centre, which I don't own.
You don't own that.
No.
It's sort of lies being dispelled here, isn't it, miss? Somebody said it's an old rust bucket that needs knocking down, not you.
Well, yeah, well, it's made out of concrete. The walls are 27 inches thick at the bottom. I don't know whether concrete goes rusty, but if he wants to come and rub the rust off or knock it down, he's welcome to come and try.
More damningly, you blatantly disregarded building regulations.
I ask you, the foundations are 10 feet deep by 14 feet diameter. They go down to bedrock. I asked to have a geological survey. I put £5,000 worth of concrete in the base, and if I'd ignored the planning department, I wouldn't have done any of that. So there's another.
My favourite one, I've got to say, is, and I've heard this myself, people have said, oh, I remember that lighthouse when I was a lad, back in before the war. And
Yes. I've heard a gentleman coming up the drive once with his 2 grandchildren.
yeah.
And he said, we'll go and ask if you can play on the lighthouse that I played on while I was a young kid. I didn't embarrass him, but
No.
made me think I'd dug the foundations in the wrong place. But
Myth number 47, you live in the lighthouse.
not true. In fact, that was told to me last week when I went to the pub for a pint, and just joking with a couple of mates, I asked the girl who was serving me, what's that lighthouse all about? She said, to be honest, I don't know, but there's an old gentleman lives there apparently. So even there, my closest neighbour doesn't know what the hell's going on.
You didn't get planning permission, did you? Allegation number 81.
It was a difficult, it took me 12 months to get permission, but
Yeah.
because of meeting the 2 planners that I did,
Yeah.
the sadly late
Joe Martin,
who was a lovely guy, very
Yeah.
helpful, and Simon Plowman, they were very, very helpful, but it still took a long time.
The light isn't genuine.
It depends what genuine is, but it is actually a light off a lightship. I bought it in a museum down in Truro, a little lighthouse museum, and it had been on a lightship in the English Channel for about 50 years, and the chap sold it to me.
Tenuous. We'll let you have that one.
Yes.
I do know this is true. It's registered with Trinity House as a lighthouse, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. In fact, the very first talk that I gave, you know, I give talks on the lighthouse, was to a group of 80-odd retired lighthouse keepers down at Trinity House, in Trinity House, with a picture of Winston Churchill and the Duke of Edinburgh, big portraits behind me with a gap in the middle, and I thought they were going to put one of me in the middle, but nah.
It's happened to me, Philip. But
I think it's because I mentioned your name.
right, we've got all the myths, the lies, smears, allegations out of the way. Tell us how it came about.
Ooh, well, it is a very long story, but I'll make it short.
Yep.
I built the lighthouse because I bought the land.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the land because I bought a boat, and I bought a boat because of a drunk. Yeah, true. I wasn't drunk, but I was down in Lim watching some boaters. The drunk came and put his arm around my shoulder and said, "I'd love to live on a barge," and we laughed, and his wife dragged him away. But the idea was in my head, and 3 months later, I'd bought a barge. So it's all because of a drunk.
Wasn't me.
From a drunk to a jailbird.
Yeah. You
I've
mix in
covered
some
the
circles,
lot.
don't you?
I've covered the lot, yeah.
Again, it's a big question. Building it, planning, from what day, how long in years?
From beginning to end, about 3 years. It wasn't all day, every day.
Yeah.
But the planning took about 6 months, I suppose, because I had to have an architect to do the drawings and stuff. In fact, on the drawings, he didn't put the word lighthouse, and he didn't draw a lighthouse, but he said it would never get past reception.
Yeah.
So he titled the drawing 4-story storage facility. So that the conversation I had with Simon Plowman when he was asking me about my storage facility, because my architect had said, whatever you do, don't mention the word lighthouse, Pike. Yeah. Don't mention the word lighthouse. So for a quarter of an hour, I was a politician. Every question he asked me, I talked, but I said nothing. But in the end, when he'd asked about the footprint and the height of my warehouse, and I told him, he was very, very confused at 14 feet diameter and 40 feet tall. So I had to admit, actually, I'd like to build a lighthouse, please. And there was a long silence, and he said, "Are you there now, sir?" I said, "I am." He said, "Don't move, we're on our way down." And they came down 10 minutes later from Swinton Town Hall.
And that was, they passed it?
Well, no, I said, "So can I make a start?" And they said, "Well, no, have you got a model of it?" And I heard myself, again being a politician, saying, "Oh, yes."
Of course I have.
I mean, I hadn't, of course, but I went, in Eccles they used to have a car boot sale on Sunday morning, so that following Sunday morning I went, found a little model of a lighthouse, a table lamp, and I took that, and we sat with all the planners, all of us, everybody taking photographs of this lighthouse, and they stamped my drawings approved. So, simple as that.
Did you get many visitors asking to go up the lighthouse? Or?
I did in the early days.
Yeah.
You know, lots of ladies came along interested in my. I hesitate to say erection.
Yeah, well, you didn't.
But no, I mean, a young lady came up the drive only yesterday asking, "How do I get over to the towpath?" So I asked her if she could swim, and she giggled. And I told her, so yes, I do get people wandering in, and strange ex-jailbird journalists.
Yeah. Well, they aren't you, them?
And squirrel hunting Wintonians.
Yeah. Oh, they're a plague. Personally, I think it's fantastic. It really is. And it's a boon to that.
Yeah.
It is. Not only is it a cultural landmark, it's the number of people I know who don't even live in the area. When I say I'm from Eccles, "Oh, do you know the lighthouse?" It's a recurring theme, the light. Yeah. I was going to quote Virginia Woolf then, "To the Lighthouse," the book, but no one, it goes over people's heads. So I won't say "To the Lighthouse," Virginia Woolf.
Whoosh. Yeah. A lot of people in Monton don't know there's a lighthouse here because they never come this far down. There's lots of bars and cafes there. They never venture this far down because they've heard about Winton. So they, it's like a gate on the bridge.
I do know as well, I hope I'm right here, the BBC helped you out.
Yeah, yeah. Gordon Burns' Northwest Tonight programme, you might remember that with Dave.
Your dad told me about it.
Yes,
Dave Guest.
Dave Guest came down and he had me doing lots of the stupid things that people do when they're going to be interviewed on the television, like walking past a camera without looking at it.
Yeah.
And you know immediately that person's going to be talking in a few seconds. And I found myself doing that and I hated myself for doing it.
But they donated something to you, though, didn't they?
They did. Gordon announced that they were changing their studio. They were going over to Liverpool for 2 or 3 days while they ripped out all the studio. And they were talking about the curved couches. Mm-hmm. So knowing Dave as I did,
your mate Dave,
my mate Dave,
yeah.
without mentioning your name,
yeah.
I contacted them and they came back straight away saying, if you let us film you taking it, you can have it for nothing. And they gave me a big round carpet as well.
And that's in situ in the lighthouse?
No, I sold that on eBay.
Good lad, I was just checking.
No, it was too big and I couldn't make it fit. In fact, I had to dismantle the sofa into 3 parts and take legs off it. I've only got 1 part left now. The part that apparently Mr. Blair and Mr. Brown and lots of important people have sat on it. You've not sat on it yet. But
no, I intend to, with your permission in a bit.
Yeah.
We're going to go up there. Another slight diversification from the lighthouse. You were spotted having a musical event here this Saturday, I believe. Sunday, is it?
Oh yes. As I said, I'm going to have sessions down here at the lighthouse. This is the first one, really, to dispel the myths.
Lighthouse sessions number 1.
Yeah. And a friend of mine, Iron Man John, my welder, who's helped me with all my fencing and stuff. Yeah. He plays a ukulele. He's got a mate who plays a banjo. He's got a boss who plays a professional musician who plays a guitar. Mm-hmm. And Big Joe came with his saxophone, and it was absolutely fantastic. And some members of the audience over there were singing along to the tunes that my boys were playing. It was and they're desperate to come back, and they will be doing. And I said maybe I'll invite you down to just take a little shot of them.
Yeah. Will it be licensed? Most important.
No, it's you drink what you bring.
I don't think we can make it, can we? No.
In your case, I might be able to squeeze you some Ribena out.
Oh, that's marvellous.
There'll be Salford rum.
Salford rum if you listen. Oh, Seven Brothers Brewery.
Yes, well, I believe you're well connected there.
We'll give us some chance. Mainly so Tony would go away.
It worked.
Yes, we could organise liquid refreshment.
Barbershop Quartet.
Ah, yes.
You were a familiar figure at the Monton Festival, weren't you?
Oh, yes, we've sung at the festival. We've sung at a Conservative Party conference back in 2008-ish. At the MEN. Yeah. We sang there. Me and my 3 pals sang for 27 years, but sadly now Stan, the bass, the eldest member, he died just before Christmas, so unfortunately that's the end of the quartet. But I'm hoping to go back to the chorus and see if I can dig some people out down there.
I'm looking round like as is my wants. My eyes are darting hither and
I know you're not concentrating, I can tell.
No, I've noticed there's a marine type theme going on. The prow of a ship here.
Yep. Well,
even the medical centre seems to have developed.
Well, they did. They put that corner on because I'd started the lighthouse. So they made that. They nodded in the direction of the
shipmates.
The marine theme.
Oh, it's lovely.
But no, about 3 years ago, we had lots of warnings about very, very wet weather. So I thought I'm going to get one ahead, and I built myself this ark.
Right. Yeah. And you got the animals on the front.
But unfortunately, as ever, they got it wrong. So, in fact, I'm going to be taking the front off the ark and make that into a stage where the session entertainers can sit.
It's all looking good, isn't it? It really is. Can we, in a few minutes, have a look inside the lighthouse?
I haven't tidied it out.
Oh, here we go. He's been up all night cleaning it.
Be careful where you shine your camera.
Is there things we shouldn't see?
Oh no.
All right.
Other than it makes me look like a a grumpy, scruffy old lighthouse keeper.
Do you get many requests for people to actually go in the lighthouse and film from up there, see the view? Or?
Yeah, I've had a few. Following some of my talks, I've had Probus Club walking groups come along and go up. I've had to let them go up 2 at a time. You know, couldn't have 10 guys up at the top there. They'd probably fall over in spite of my foundations.
Make a good story.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, by all means. Also, you used to have a replica of Queen Victoria's barge.
Oh, well, you filmed it.
I
yeah,
did.
Victoria R. Yeah.
The fire was nothing to do with me. I just get that.
Yeah. Another of my many mistakes.
It was lovely.
Oh, she was a beautiful boat, but I don't have time to use it.
I think it tied in nicely with the lighthouse.
In fact,
with Victoria visiting here.
In fact, I offered it to the council when they were doing the Delph, where they put that big winch thing.
Yeah.
I said you could put it on there and put a glazed canopy over it, and it would have fitted in very nicely. But I got the bum's rush.
Story of my life. Shall we have a mooch to the lighthouse, Philip?
Yeah.
Pardon? Oh, excuse me limping. Oh, village drunks.
Yeah.
Shall we lead the way, Philip?
Yeah, sure. Walk this way, Tony.
Yeah, I will do. If only I could.
Yeah, this is the light. I'm doing some modifications to it, but next weekend I want someone to take it up a ladder and put it on top. Are you fixed?
Carl's your man.
No problem.
That fills you with hope, doesn't it? Abandon hope all year you went here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Again, it's a bit dark in here.
Oh, I like to see. That's what I like to see.
Oh, yes.
Carl, Guinness.
Yeah, we can have a Guinness later if you want.
Oh, this is where he's hiding the beer.
Oh, yes, it's nice and cool. Watch this girder, chaps, on your head.
Do. That's nice and cool. Oh,
Oh, it
dream
is nice
catcher.
and cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's Geoffrey.
Geoffrey the cock.
Yes, he's never moved. I've got a feeling.
No, it might be
I should have fed him.
Cool.
That first spiral staircase I built myself.
Yeah.
This one I bought down in Wolverhampton. A chap used to demolish churches.
Right.
I think he got permission, but he.
Yeah.
And I bought that off him, and it fitted in very well.
It does look very...
Authentic.
No, yeah. Well, it looks as if you've built the lighthouse around it.
I've been practicing that word all night.
Yeah. I've been boning up on Virginia Woolf.
Are you okay, Tony?
Yeah. Carl just getting some panoramic vistas out there.
Now then, whether you just want to take a swift little seat on that seat.
And Tony Blair's cheeks.
And be filmed. Just don't waggle about too much because I've not welded it together yet. There's the famous...
See that? Tony Blair didn't get this, did he?
Are you up for going to the top?
I'm scared of heights, but I'll give it a go.
You weren't when we got that lead off the roof last month.
That's why I'm scared of heights.
Yeah. You're right, he is a wimp.
Not before we had ball spot again.
Just watch your back watch your back on the hatch, and then just grab this and keep walking. Keep walking.
It's like
keep walking right to the top.
It's like a pole dancing again.
Yes.
My career.
Oh, I saw you doing that.
No, it is.
Please don't do that
It's
again.
sensible.
Keep walking up. Go to the top step. That's it. You okay, Tony?
Yeah.
This is where it warms up. I'll Open up. Whew, it's hot. Oh, it's gasping.
Lovely. Oh. Come on, Cal. Oh, get the views, yeah?
Yeah.
Here we're coming around the mountain. Look at them looking on open jaw, slack jawed.
Yes, yeah.
He owns it.
Where's Carl?
He's just getting some stock shots.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just, I'll try Carl,
Slowly.
don't lean on the handrail too much because I've not welded it on yet.
Top of the world, Ma. Can we move around a little bit there, Philip, so we
Yeah,
can get the
sure.
vista from the bend? Almost at an isthmus then, but I'd be incorrect.
See, that area there, you can see that chunk there to the end of the medical centre, that was my land.
Yeah, but you... Fabulous view, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Oh, you've been filmed.
Yeah.
Somebody's filming, you're filming.
I'll hide behind the camera.
Robert, did you bring that microwave?
Can you get a close-up on the two ladies approaching?
Not live on the camera.
Ooh, that breeze is nice.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, I went to run up to Castlefield with John on the middle boat yesterday. That was
Did you?
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Up past Manchester United.
It's nice. I've been down. Well, when I was with Tom at Salford Online, we got a barge for the day. And we went the length of the bridge. Well, we went from Worsley to Castlefield.
Yes.
Is it about 13 miles?
Yeah, it's about a 2-hour run.
Yeah.
Two
I know
and
we
a
were
half.
paddling. It was
Yeah.
Tom was rowing.
Yes.
I was navigating. Can you get me and Philip on the little? Can we see? You could be mine.
Hey, what can we say, guys?
Top of the world, Mark.
Yeah.
They're looking at
Now,
it.
we
Oh,
can-
here we go. Look at this.
Oh, perfect timing.
Your mate took his time. We give him a tenner to turn up, didn't we?
I know. Got a microwave in the back.
It's a current theme. People accuse us of dumping microwaves at beauty spots.
Yeah, well, there might be one coming the other way as well. It'd be nice if we saw a collision.
It would be lovely. Live.
Yeah.
So high up are we, Philip? 30 foot?
It's about 37 foot to the top.
37 foot.
So I've heard 40 foot, but
Yeah.
in fact we can go. I've got a ladder we can get to the top if you want.
Is it safe?
Oh, it's perfectly safe.
Oh, I
yeah.
don't want to go up there. Of course. Yeah. Do you want me to go up, Carl, and
No.
Yeah.
tell you about it?
I've just done a risk assessment and I want to live.
Yeah, woman.
No.
Look at that. That's a nice line. It's nice in summer, isn't it?
Well, he's a local man, Israel Robertson. He's been coming past for years and years.
Israel Rob. Oh yeah.
You probably know. It's
Israel. Sounds
doesn't
a
take-
wonderful first name, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah. My second great grandchild is Elijah Levi. Elijah Levi Withers.
It's nice, yeah.
Levi Withers. That's the name.
Sounds like a pop star,
Yes,
doesn't
it
it?
does.
Or
Yes, I thought
a
that.
deep south biblical preacher, hellfire and brimstone.
That's right.
How are you going up there?
Let's have a look,
Yeah.
shall we?
Go on, let's follow you up.
I was only joking.
Oh,
but
he's only
I mean,
joking.
you
Oh,
can
right,
you can
okay.
if you want. It's
No,
not.
He's not really safe.
No, okay, fair
In
enough.
fact, what I'm thinking of doing is putting a handrail up there
Yeah.
and putting a table and 4 chairs.
Well, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I don't want to be overlooked by the
No, the high polite.
by the pub.
No, you wouldn't do either. I'd get a pirate's flag.
Yeah, it's
Or
what
the
it needs.
People's Republic of Winton.
Piracy flag.
Yeah. You
Winton.
can just see the 602 there.
Yeah. On a good day, you can see my wallet.
The lens isn't that powerful.
Is it?
so-
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I've escaped with it. Right, shall we make the journey from the lighthouse, Virginia Woolf, to
Yes.
downstairs, and
Yes.
we'll have a little chat in the garden.
Yes, sure.
And
love
we'll
to.
thank you profusely.
I can
for that
organise you a
event.
Guinness if you want one, or
That was not the driving contributory factor, but it did swing the deal.
if you're up for it. Or I've got a
I'm going back this way.
lager. Yeah.
I think we'll get about 30,000 watching this by today, Philip.
Oh, that would be nice.
Oh, well, we will be. Is there anything you think I've left out that you want to throw in about anything? Maybe down there?
No, I don't think so.
I think we've covered most bases, haven't we? We've dispelled.
Although I could perhaps mention the fact that I'm enlarging the beer garden, so there'll be room for more.
Do you want to attract more people to here, though?
That's right. At the moment, the people I've attracted.
Yeah, ourselves for a start.
Keep a good grip on that pole, Carl.
I'm just looking down. It's not good.
Think of your pole dancing days when you. What was his name? That Polish fella you used to dance with?
Albert
Albert.
Vladivostok.
Albert Gdansk.
Albert Spibler.
Are you okay, Tom?
Yeah. The things I do with me back leg.
Yeah. Although, I mean, let's face it, you get paid a lot, don't you? So you should.
You hear that, Carl? Money.
Oh, Tony insists he doesn't like money.
Evil.
I know the commission you get off YouTube.
He says nothing,
Oh, yeah.
nothing good comes from money.
I said that.
Donates it every day. He donates it to the
Widows.
to the Winton Orphanage.
The fallen horses.
Winton's Orphanage. That's where it all goes to.
The bung wasn't big enough.
You should be careful going down those steps, Mr. Cameraman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's expensive, that camera. Don't break it.
If you feel yourself going,
My shoelaces.
throw it up.
My shoelace is undone as well, so that's.
Oh, here we go.
Road.
I'm important to something that there we go.
Well, you said you couldn't get the main man, didn't you, Tony?
Couldn't. David Attenborough's. Oh, claim down. Claim.
Well, you
In
did
fact,
sign the disclaimer before you
did,
came in,
indeed.
didn't you?
I remember as a child seeing a very scary film called The Spiral Staircase. Do you remember it?
No.
A black and white horror. It was brilliant. Scarred me for life.
Well, my dad told me about black and white films.
Did it? Really interesting.
Watch your head on that girder, Carl.
Bong.
What's the other one?
That one.
Oh.
Ringing in my ears.
So there's quite a bit of internal work to be done yet, as you can see.
Well, can't rush a big job.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
No, I wasn't on
Watch
that
that
job,
girder,
sadly.
mate.
I'm gladly I wasn't on that job. Oh. Yeah.
Seriously, do you want a Budweiser or a...
I'll have a Guinness.
Or a
please,
Guinness.
yeah. Would you like a Guinness?
I can't drink. You know this.
You give it me, you crack on you want it, then you give it me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whiskey, vodka.
Is it?
Salford rum.
Are you on pills?
Yeah.
I'll get you a glass if you like, or can you manage with a tin? Pretend you're in Wetherspoons.
I'll tell you what, Carl, what we could sit now.
You could go and sit over there in the
We
shade
could sit
if
in
you
the
feet
shade.
up.
Oh.
Well, I bet you've got an opener on your keyring, haven't you?
I've not, to be honest.
I'll get you a glass while I go and get me opener.
So say, Mike Duff, if you're watching, I hope you are. Guinness Original, which I hope your American friend was bringing you today. I don't know if he did or not, or it ended in tears. I doubt it. But yeah, well, I've had a lovely time. We really have. We've nearly finished. We've just sent Philip to the kitchen for sandwiches. With pate,
You said caviar.
or corned beef.
You know what these millionaires are like.
So yeah, it'll be corned beef and corned dog. No, I've enjoyed it up there. It's good. I just really great. In fact, many years ago, Philip even forgot about it, but I'll remind him. My granddaughter, Taya, it was her birthday. She would be about 5, and I came to see him the night before, and I said, "Would you do me a favour?" He refused that one, but then I asked him, could I put the Taya's birthday presents up in the lighthouse at the top? It's a surprise. And we came the next day. She was, as you can imagine, a 5-year-old child seeing a lighthouse in the middle of Eccles. She was astounded. And we climbed up the staircases, and there were her presents all wrapped up for her, and she was bitterly, bitterly disappointed. No, she wasn't. She loved every minute of it. Look at that behind you. Oh. Dabbling. I'm just reminded.
You know how to open those cans, don't you?
Me teeth, yeah. I've just reminded the readers, viewers, etc. of the generous hospitality extended to me that day on my granddaughter's birthday by letting us put the presents up
yes,
there.
Yes, that
we don't want to set a precedent, by the way. It was a one-off. It was a one-off.
If there's any granddads watching.
Yeah. There's more boats on this canal than
It was very busy yesterday when we cruised round to Castlefield.
Yeah.
The weather has something to do with it, of course.
I should imagine. So what plans have you got for the future with the garden and the...
Well,
I'm
building a wall down there.
Should we call it the Austin Estate?
Yeah, building a wall down there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to raise the whole level up to this. I'm going to take those trees out, so there's room for more tables in my beer garden that overlooks the beer garden.
Oh, I hope you're going to invite me and this young chap down when you've got a session on.
Oh,
drinking, music-wise, or anything cultural. We'll have a bit of that.
That's why this is session 1, because I'm hoping to have more sessions.
I like that, the lighthouse sessions. The more I say it, the more I like it.
Yes, it
reminds me of Bob Dylan and the gaslight sessions. Oh.
He's been sailing a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah.
No, it's a nice spot here, I must admit.
It's wonderful, isn't it? I wouldn't encourage too many people to visit now.
Oh no, they'll be very, very,
For a start,
very limited.
The electrified gate, it's a bit off-putting, isn't it?
And the razor wire as well.
Yeah.
And the minefield.
And that hole.
Yeah.
And the crocodile as well.
Oh yes, crocodiles there.
It's been lovely.
Oh, well,
Anything
to
else?
your very good health, young man.
Right. What I'd like to say is thanks for watching. We've had a lovely time. Really mean that with Phil. Philip, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. It's been my pleasure.
And cheers.
Let's look forward to session 2.
Session 2, here we come. Cheers.